All right, so happy Friday. And let's see. Do I have anything on the top? Nope. Nope. If you're new to my channel, I do two types of videos. I do the daily news bulletin, which is what this video is, and occasionally I will go off on particular topics. So I go, usually it's culture war related or just something really effing stupid that I've encountered. So if you like either one of those ideas, by all means subscribe to my channel. And with that, one other thing, um, if you hear a news item that I don't go properly in depth on and you want me to, or if there's something that you think should be brought to my attention, by all means put it in the comments down below. So with that, let's get started. And yes, my head's gonna get cut off. All right, so let us begin with world news. Okay, Russia launched a wave of attacks on Ukrainian infrastructure in the cities of Kharkiv and Zaporizhia, as Ukrainian officials said a long-awaited Russian offensive was underway in the east. And I was watching a interview with Amanpour and company where someone is actually suggesting that Putin is going to try and assassinate world leaders because the man baby isn't getting what he wants. So I hope she's wrong. I really don't want to deal with that. This is bad enough. He should just take a hint and go home. All right. The rescue of several survivors from the rubble in Turkey lifted the spirits of weary search crews. 4 days after a major earthquake struck the country and neighboring Syria, killing more than 21,000 people. A newborn baby and toddlers are among those who survived days in the rubble, while a woman was brought out alive today after being buried for 104 hours. I don't know how they survived. I highly doubt they're in good shape because 4 days. So, but still, good sign. Yay. European Union leaders said they would tighten their borders to keep away unwanted immigrants, whatever the heck that means, with some seeking more fences and walls, while others would rather spend the money on improving living conditions in worse off parts of the world, which is the way you should, because let's face it, the reason people are migrating is because they feel that things will be better in whatever country they end up in. So if they think that things are awesome in their home country, then the chances of immigration, not that great. So it makes sense to want to improve the living conditions of the people who would otherwise leave. That makes perfect sense. Belarus slammed a decision by Poland to close a border checkpoint between the two countries as catastrophic, saying it could lead to a collapse on both sides of the border. Yeah, well, Lukashenko also supports Putin and the war, so this is not someone who is going to do the humanitarian thing. Actually, it's possible that, like Putin, he doesn't give a shit about his own people. That I just guessing on. I honestly don't know about that last one. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa declared a national state of disaster over his country's crippling power shortages, saying they pose an existential threat to the economy and social fabric. The electricity crunch has been years in the making. I take it that means their infrastructure sucks? I guess that's what it means? That's why that the power grid just isn't updated enough to keep up with the power needs? Alright, residents in Australia's Norfolk Island and in New Zealand braced for heavy rains and gales over the weekend from Cyclone Gabrielle, with authorities also warning of hazardous surf conditions and strong winds along Australia's east coast. Because, I don't know about Australia, but New Zealand hasn't been getting enough bad weather. Auckland is already underwater. All right, moving on to U.S. news. President Joe Biden's administration is developing a sweeping bill that would revamp the country's asylum system to speed up the resolution of claims in large-scale processing centers at the borders with Mexico. So, now, for people who are probably going apeshit right now that he's letting anyone and everyone in, that's not what this means. Resolution could be a good outcome for the migrant or a bad outcome. Either they're allowed in or allowed asylum or they're not. So that doesn't necessarily mean that quick resolution means that quickly allow people in. It just means they'll know either way quicker. And again, this is asylum, not illegal immigration. So there is that too. Because I've seen a lot of people going apeshit over asylum seekers. I mean, they're not illegal immigrants. Yes, they are coming to the border, but these are not rich people. How the hell do you expect them to get here? They get here the way they can. And the way they can is at the southern border, which I've actually saw a notification, I think it was from NBC News, that there are immigrants who are flying to the north border and coming to the U.S. through the north, which in that regard, it's like, okay, if you have enough money, why are you coming to the United States? I mean, what is the reasoning? Because if you have the money, in theory, your life doesn't suck. So, either that or they're going into debt to get a plane ticket just to do this. One of the two. Okay, Biden, his aides, and his Democratic allies are shrugging off polls showing doubts about his age and leadership as they plot his expected re-election campaign, and point instead to the president's flinty State of the Union speech to Congress this week as a sign of his political resiliency. That was a good speech. And that was without the way he dealt with the hecklers, especially when it came to Medicare and Social Security. It was beautiful. But then again, a lot of those people are not the best and the brightest. So tricking them into them boxing themselves in, probably not that hard, but still, it was awesome. All right. Former Vice President Mike Pence and former National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien have been subpoenaed by the special counsel leading probes into classified documents found at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence and efforts to overturn the 2020 election result. Now, I also saw that the FBI conducted another voluntary search of Mike Pence's home. So, they're definitely being thorough to make sure that all classified documents have been returned. And as usual, that just shows the difference between Pence and Trump. Because Pence is cooperating, Trump is not. Now, I do not know if he's going to, um, if he's going um, to, oh God, I can't word today. I don't know if he's going to follow the subpoena or if he's going to just say, nope, not going to do it. Because he did that with the January 6th committee after he assured them that he would testify if invited, and then all of a sudden, nah, not gonna do it. It's not a the committee is a partisan committee and the usual Trumpian stuff. It's like, what changed your mind? So I think Trump got to him. What he said to him, don't know, but I think Trump got to him. Anyway, moving on. When a new, oh, that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. Biden, under fire from some lawmakers, said he did not view a Chinese spy balloon that transited the United States before it was shot down in the Atlantic Ocean to have been a major security breach. Now, on the one hand, I get why he would say it wasn't a major security breach, because we know that China has satellites. We know that they're spying on us. The US is spying on China. That's just the way the world is working right now. So maybe that's what he means by that, or the fact that I had read that they jammed the signals, so the spy balloon could no longer transmit its data to China. So either that, or the other thing that I've heard of people who used to be in government, that it was just a huge mistake, that something happened, either some faction within the government wanted to screw over the meeting between Blinken and China, or it was simply something went wrong. Somebody did something they shouldn't have. But the fact that this is, the, I think, second balloon under Biden administration, and there were 3 more under Trump, leads me to think it's not a matter of an oopsie daisy. This is deliberate. I understand why people think that because China actually wanted this meeting to happen, that must have been a mistake. But considering the other things China's been doing, I don't know if it was. But maybe it was a mistake, and that's why he also is saying it's not a major security breach, because, they weren't actually trying to do anything. It was just, uh-oh. All right. So business and markets. Russia will cut oil production by 500,000 barrels per day, or around 5% of output, in March, Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak said, after the West slapped price caps on Russian oil and oil products. Oh, that's too bad. Now, I don't like that this is going to hurt the Russian people, and considering the Kremlin gives less than 2 shits about their own people, I do feel bad for them. However, Putin prides himself on certain things, so let's crush his overinflated self-importance. In other words, his ego. Because he obviously thinks he's more awesome than he really is. All right. Britain's economy Let's try that again. Britain's economy showed zero growth in the final 3 months of 2022, enough for it to avoid entering a recession for now, but faces tough prospects in 2023 as households continue to wrestle with double-digit inflation. Okay. That's pretty bad that the fact that Britain showed zero economic growth is actually considered a good thing. So, all right, Japan's government is likely to appoint academic Kazuo Ueda as a Bank of Japan's next governor. Two government officials told Reuters, a surprise choice that could see the country finally aligning with other major economies in raising interest rates. So, I know that Japan has not wanted to do that, and it's been tanking their economy. So, hopefully things improve for Japan. India's market regulator is investigating Adani Group's links to some of the investors in the conglomerate's aborted $2.5 billion share sale, two sources said, amid growing concern in New Delhi about a U.S. short seller's allegations against one of the country's top industry groups. Adidas shares slumped as much as 12% after the sportswear maker warned it could plunge to a loss this year for the first time in 3 decades, in the latest downgrade triggered by its split from Kanye West. So, unfortunately, it seems like them having principles seems to be biting them in the ass. That shouldn't be happening. The ones without the principles should be the ones who are getting bitten in the ass. I don't buy from Adidas, but still, they should not be suffering because they cut ties with a Nazi. All right. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates believes ChatGPT, a chatbot that gives strikingly human-like responses to user queries, is as significant as the invention of the internet, he told German business daily Handelsblatt in an interview. The ChatGPT frenzy is sweeping China as firms scramble for homegrown options. So, yeah, it's great that they're turning to AI. It sounds like if this works well, it could be a great idea. But I don't know. Right now, there's a lot of kinks, like misinformation and people using it to cheat. We're only hearing downsides right now. So, but yeah, I'm hoping that this turns out to be an awesome thing. And with that, I believe I've done the news bulletin for today. And again, if there's something you did not hear that you wish you did, you can put it in the comments below. Same with, I want to hear more about this article, or if you just want me to tell you where I got it from, which I can tell you right now. This is the Reuters newsletter that I subscribe to. So either go to Reuters yourself, or I can put a link in the comments down below. I'm not going to put it in the description because then I'd have to do it every day. If anyone's interested though, I can do that. With that, I will bid you a happy Thursday, and happy Thursday. Where am I? Happy Friday, and I will see you probably Monday unless something major happens tomorrow since the newsletter is basically a weekly wrap. So unless it's something major or some new developments of an old story, I'm probably not going to post tomorrow unless something pisses me off. So, yeah, most likely you'll see me again on Monday. So with that, I will say goodbye.